Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. All right, guys, another bloodbath day. Another bloodbath day. There was, we were trying to long in the morning, but then the same old concept of VIX strategy, VIX spy strategy came in handy, and it turned out to be a really nice day. I love these red days. It's not good for swing and investment accounts, but really for as a day trading, the short side, the put side, it really helps out a lot. So today again, it was all about the short sides and it was all about the put options, right? If you have been watching my recent video, I give you the complete roadmap on the same concepts that we talk about often, VIX concept, 10 AM concept, which I see a lot of people executed. So we're going to talk about it, how we manage the day today, how we made money initially from long and then moving to the short side, and how it's a 10 AM concept, which is so important, that helped out as well today. Anyways, before I start, just a quick introduction to anybody who's new to my room, new to my community, new to my Twitter, or new to my YouTube. So guys, all these recaps, all these trade ideas, all these trades that we talk about are from my community. Either I'm trading them, either I'm guiding them, or any traders on our trading floor, they are trading that, and how they are trading. So we will look at all that. Additionally, we do not do anything random. I trade a fixed system. We make sure we stay on the side of the trend. We go from long to short, short to long based upon our system. We don't have a fixed bias. We change our bias during the day. Every morning, me and my team, we make a game plan for the day. You see the game plan for the day, bunch of earning plays, Meta, TMDX, ARM, LRCX, Qualcomm, among others. There was a lot of these earning plays today, and a lot of our plays and the profits came from these setups. In addition to that, we also provide our daily levels. You can use these daily levels and use the Ripster Cloud EMA system. We use a fixed trading system that thousands of traders across the world use to trade consistently. We provide these levels, so based upon these levels, you can either short or long using the EMA cloud system. And in addition to that, we also provide something called day 2, day 3 setups, so that we can trade anything which had news yesterday, day before. I did a webinar on day 2, day 3 setups in the past as well. You must watch these webinars to understand how to trade these setups. In addition to that, we recently started our low float game plan, which I provide to the community every morning. There was a decent winner on SPGC, which went almost 20% for us. There was RDHL, which was a nice winner all day. There was LUMN. So we will discuss all that as well. So I'm usually on voice first few hours of the market open and guiding the traders to the market. Market is bullish, bearish, making sure we stay on the right side of trend, when to cut, where to take profits, when to long, when to short, and it's all based upon our pre-market plan. We are not an alert service, but still every day, each day, we try to minimize our losers and maximize our winners, and that's how we like to trade. Anyways, that was the introduction, and let's start with the first play of the day. All right, guys, let's start the day with talking about SPY and QQQs, guys. Before I talk about SPY and Qs, I spent a lot of talking about the same concepts in yesterday's video, day before yesterday's video, and you must watch those videos to understand how the trend work. The trend, how does the trend work? What are the concepts that we use, and we'll talk about that. So let's just look at the VIX before the market opened, and I even tweeted about this, which I'll show you in a minute. In the morning, I told everyone that all right, when the day started, I did tweet out that today it's all about 16 and 1620 levels and upside pivots of 1650, 1680. What that means is we will not be bullish unless and until VIX breaks 16 and VIX breaks 1620. our all day was based upon this one principle. That's a simple principle we used all day to make money. Either we were long and went short, and this was a simple thing that I tweeted out, and most of my followers know these concepts because I shout it out 20 times a day about Wix. And then we'll see how Wix helped us out. So Wix was one concept. Then we also have a 10 a.m. concept. Those two concepts were the best two concepts to short the market all day. And this that's what I'm talking about, right? You see that this VIX level, if I go to if I go at let's see, if I go at 10-minute chart, or even if I go to the 1-hour chart, you will see that this VIX has been 16 level is always being bought up, always being bought up. So that's why I was when I said that there's a 16 buyer never gives up, that's what I meant. So what I meant was, unless VIX breaks 16, there will be volatility in the market, and we should be ready to go. If we are long, we should be ready to go short, right? So you can clearly see where the market turned. EMA Clouds gave us that signal to short the market, right? So you can see that what's happening here. You can clearly see right here, right here. So you could literally make life-changing money today following my one simple system concept of VIX 10 a.m. concept, which we will talk about as well, and and how we manage. Let's look at it. So I told you about the VIX, and if I go back here, and then we'll see the market tagged. See how people are implementing my 10 a.m. reversal setup, right? So 10 a.m. reversal setup. So how people are using these concepts again and again and again to have a solid day. And this is what I'm going to teach you yet again in this video. If a lot of people I have seen, they're going from because traders who have not been consistent to consistent traders, especially if you're trading the market, right? If you're trading SPY, QQQ, SPX, if you are trading Amazon, Google, AMD, all those, if you are trading, so those are the simple rules that you must follow. So anyways, let's look at what was my guidance. So I already showed you the pre-market plan, and I already provided the pivots, right? 552 and 472s, those were the 550s, 471s. Those were our pivots on SPYs and QQQ. And those are the pivots that we use today to stay on the right side of trend. Let's see, right? Okay, let's go back. Okay. So in the morning, right, when we try to start to break out over this pivot, and right here, right here, that's when I tell everybody longing the calls is okay, and that's fine, we are pushing. But our number one rule is we take the profits at 10 a.m. and we are very careful at 10 a.m. So we go here high up, and then we get in here, and right at 10 we start to see rejection. And based upon this push, we were long, and based upon this push we were long Microsoft, we were long Meta, because everything moves with the market. We are trading the market, but at the same time we are not blindly bullish. We know we have to manage our trades. We are day trading here. We are not doing any long-term investment right now. So as soon as I see 10 a.m. I say SPY QQQ heavy, and I told everybody to cut the calls. Look here, 10 a.m. Why? Because 10 a.m. is a reversal time. 10 a.m. always there's reversals, rejections, flag breakouts. Something happens 10 a.m. A lot of macro news comes out at 10 a.m. as well. But you can see here, right at time, I said cut calls. SPY QQQ heavy. And then I told everybody that you can short scalp. Why? Because VIX was breaking out here, out of this area in the morning. You see that? This is 1 hour. Let me go to 10 a.m. So right at 10 a.m. VIX started to break out. When right at 10 a.m. VIX started to break out, and that's how I told everybody short scalps. And after that, it was all managing your trade. We were not long, right? There was somebody in the room who was trying to go long here. That's fine. People can trade what they want to trade. But when I'm guiding somebody, I'm teaching somebody, if you are in my community, if you are listening to my teachings, I don't want somebody to get bagged, and I don't want somebody to, follow these B minus C minus setups. There's no long today, guys. There was no long. And if you have watched my videos, and I'm seeing a lot of success from a lot of people who are watching my previous videos on SPY QQQs, and they are doing pretty good. So it's right in front of you, my timestamped guidance. You can read it. All we were doing were VIX goes from leg to leg, VIX goes from points to points. I was guiding about each VIX level. I was telling about each VIX level, go to this level, go to next level, hold your puts, hold your puts. And we were short in everything else based upon that. We were long until 10 a.m., but then we shifted. Even if you lost money in the morning longs, you made enough money in the shorts later in the day. And this is a repeatable strategy, my friends. You should not be buying. It's also about preserving your capital. Even if you were not short today, right? Let's say you were not short here. There's a lot of time to short, right? You short these flag breaks. You short these bounces toward the clouds. You short this bounce towards the cloud. There's a lot of time to short because all day there were bear flags, bear flags, bear flags. These were all bear flags, right? That's how market moves: bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, right? That's where you can enter. And same for QQQs. And of course, semiconductors were weak as well, which we can see right here. SMH, which we were short as well. And so literally, so there literally the people, the options went 1,000% today. Literally, $1,000 became $10,000 today. Today was a game change. These are the days where you grow your account like crazy, 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 crazy. Account grows crazy, right? That's why everybody was, in the puts today in our community. Nobody was. I mean, there are a few guys who are trying to go long. I don't forestop anyone, but these are the A plus setups. These are the plays where you make a lot of money, and I will show you all that how we did it. And watch my previous videos how to make money on a red day. It's just pure amazing how we do it. And it's a continuous success in the market is what matters, because you stick with the system, you ride your short puts all day. So you see, I told everybody to start shorting, cut the calls at 10 a.m. Again, you go to my free website, right? If you really need to learn, if you are not part of my by the way, I'm going to do a webinar tomorrow. I'm going to cover lots of these concepts. So my website has a 10 a.m. trading concept right here. Then my website has SpyVix. All these are free. You can go to my website and you see how the lives have been changed. Because lives have been changed, lives can be changed, right? If you were short in Spy today, let's say you were short $2,000, by end of the day you made 10, 15, 20 grand because of a simple setup. You're not supposed to get out short. You're not supposed to cover. You're just supposed to scale out, scale out, scale out, and you're supposed to buy more lot of options to roll your profits. And you don't get out until this happens, when the clouds finally turn end of the day at the 512 curls. Simple. And even if that bounce, we predicted it timely, because 1950 was right here. 1950 was right here, resistance, and then 19 rejected. That's why we saw the bounce. Simple, simple, simple concept, about the VIX. My community is learning that strategy. Everybody's killing it. You can see how Mikshu, new member, he's talking about VIX does make assessing trends easy, timing the market, pullbacks, reloading positions. And today was surprisingly predictable because we follow a fixed system, right? So remember these concepts. Look where we rejected 10 a.m. VIX is breaking out. We are breaking those levels that I gave in the pre-market, and you can really make life-changing money with defined system, not just gambling, with defined system, which is high probability to help you make profits. And you can see my timestamp guidance. We are not an alert service, but I guide everybody through the trades. That's how my community is mostly on the right side and doing really good. If you are willing to learn, willing to, and it's not only my community. You go to my Twitter, and it's not I'm saying because it's me. I'm saying because the power of a repeatable system strategy that I wholeheartedly want everybody to implement and find success in stock market. You don't even need to look on the news, right? And when it's a bull trend, oh, we will be bullish, right? When it's bullish, we will be bullish. We'll be long. You will be the first one to be long. So it's all our system. When our system says bearish, use the Ripster labels, use all these, and you will find a lot of success. Let's go to the next one. So we're going to start with our first trade, AMD, which was a loser for me. Let's look at here at a little bigger chart here, AMD. So market was bullish, and we were definitely watching AMD because it was pushing over 1 hour clouds, right? So this was, again, all my losers mostly come in the amateur move, but I will show you. So when the market opened, I told everybody let's long AMD, and our target was 148. And then when AMD rejected, I said it's a big reject, amateur move. And again, I tell you in the previous video as well, If you're struggling with the amateur trade, do not trade it. I might be losing, but I can make much more money on the short side. So anyways, AMD told everybody long, and again, we had our levels defined in the pre-market. So we will be long as it holds this 143 area, and we'll be short when it breaks 142 and 140 area. And you can see the 145 and 146 resistances, which never, the candle never kind of closed above that level. So we know that our levels are working as well. So there's no reason, there's less probability of getting a push. So anyways, so as soon as I saw this candle, I said close it. Right away I closed it, first 20 minutes, and after that it just faded. Lot of room was short on AMD in the community, because we know the system. They know when Rip says close it. They don't even listen to me. They can see the system saying it's bearish, and then market was tanking and AMD was short. After that, I only guided my traders on the short side, and I told them there's 140 buyer. If he clears 138.50 next level, AMD was a home run today, right? It faded from 143 all the way to 130. I mean, it's a 13 buck fade, and you don't really go try longing this. Yeah, you stay short. You just stay short. Today was that again home run trade, right? So 138.50 next target, and then I told 136. And then finally, 135 was my target, and then there was a buyer at 130. That's when I told everybody close it, because it was coming to the end. VIX was rejecting, and it all goes with the market, right? If market is heavy up top, we can keep shorting AMD, right? It's look at this, 1 hour trend break, right? 10-minute bearish, amateur rejection, pre-market lows breaking down. There was no reason to long AMD. It was only short. That's it. And you hold it as long as 512s hold. Even if you had 140 puts, they went 200 300%, whatever puts you traded. If you were short with the risk of like $1,000, you could easily make $7,000-8,000 on this short. So AMD, morning loser, but big short winner for the whole community. Beautiful trade. All right, I'm just gonna go through fast through a lot of these trades just to show you that what was our guidance on what was our timestamp trades. So let's first look at Tesla. So again, let's go back, look at the levels that I gave in the pre-market, 230, 229. So that means if 230 level breaks and 229 breaks, there is no long in Tesla. There is simply no long. And you have to look at the clouds, right? Ripster clouds are breaking down. 1 hour MTF clouds are breaking down. There's simply no long. Simply no long, right? So you see that Tesla flush tries to bounce again. What was the time? What was the time that 10 a.m. rejected? It was 10 a.m. That was the 10 a.m. rejections on the target, right? So I told everybody bearish, no shorts. I told everybody in the first 10-20 minutes, it's no short. There's no long, and it was all bearish all the day, all the way, right? The targets I was giving was 223.50, and then my other target was 220. Next target was 217 and 216, and that was cleared as well, and 215. Because as long as these clouds hold, I have no reason to tell my people that go long or just to cut your position, because this, my friends, is a beautiful downtrend that you can short every pop. Together with AMD, Tesla was another beautiful home run short for the whole community. All right, let's look at the next one. Next one I want to talk about is Qualcomm. So Qualcomm again, it was it was an earning play in the pre-market only. I told everybody support is 176, resistance is 180, bearish to neutral, only long if 177 and 180 holds. But guess what? Oracle, so it's all about the levels, guys. It's end of the day, it's all about the levels. You just need two things, levels and trend system, to trade the market. Okay, so in the morning, I told everyone that Oracle short, watch the pops. It's just an amateur move, watch the pops, right? And then, let me see, 1 second here. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong chat. So I told everybody Qualcomm, short, watch the pops, it's an amateur move. Watch the pops, it's an amateur move, right? So we watch the pops and it's an amateur move. And then when it rejected this MTF clouds, That's why you short the pops, right? You wait for a good entry, because if you're just shorting here and you exit here, that's your problem. The stock never turned bullish. It's under the levels. It's under those levels. The 177 level I gave, it was under the 180, and it was just bearish, guys, and it was just time to trade the puts. And this short was over, just Qualcomm was another short, which was over $10 per share short, depending on where you held and where you closed. um, so already had our pre-market planning. I just showed you the pre-market planning, and you can see my intraday guidance. 166 was my another target, and finally when you pop here, that's where you cover and you get out. But steady winner, it was an earning play. Market heavy helps it, right? When market is so heavy, the shorts are much better plays than trying to play the long setups, guys. So you have to stick with the shorts. Qualcomm, another winner, timestamped guidance right there. All right, let's look at another one. Another one was ARM. ARM initially was pushing over the clouds. I was watching for it was pushing over the clouds, right? So that's why I was not sure about the short right at the open. Maybe I can just show you here. Let's look here. This, right? So it was pushing over the clouds, and that's why I was long. I told everybody that we can long it, but when it pulled back, that's when I said I don't like this candle. I don't like this candle. And I said, cautious if breaks 512, will short it. Vin actually told us in the morning that watch it, right? Watch the. Here was the levels I gave. 133 resistance I gave. 188 was the support. I told everybody short the pops to the resistance. No short over the clouds. We were not shorting here. We started shorting right here. When this breaks, you get in short right there under right under 130. So your stops can be top of this candle, or your stops can be 133. $2 risk or $2.50 risk. And I told everybody I am in short now. You can see that at 10 a.m. I told everybody I'm in the short, and after that it was just managing our targets, right? We made to a 125 first target, then we were 124s next target, then my final target was 120. And that's it. Pre-market planning. We didn't get crushed in the long side. I made sure everybody holds to the targets. So this was another almost $9 per share short, which was ARM. Beautiful trade in the community. Let's go to the next one. There's a bunch of trades, guys. There's so many winners. You literally pick any trade, especially the ones I mentioned in for the guidance. You could have made money, right? The first thing I told everybody this morning was Etsy short right at the open. And if we go back and we look here, where was Etsy right here? Neutral bias if rejects the cloud, shorted 62.50, 64, two levels I gave. So you see that fades, pops, fades again. You won't wait for the pop, and then you short it. And it faded back from 61 to the 59. Not a big range on this stock, but you could easily risk 50 cents here, and you can make like 80, 90 or a dollar short here. Next one was MBLY. That as well I told first thing in the morning everybody that it's a short MBLY. So that was a short as well. Again, wait for the bounces, wait for the pops, and that also faded. By end of the day it hit $15 from like what was it, 17.50 or something. You just have to be cautious of these pops in the morning. And this trade actually came later in the day, but you see that the clouds were never bullish. Closer is it to the 512 clouds, better is your entry. Okay, let's look at Meta now. So Meta we were long initially on Meta, and let's look at it. Again, it comes at 10 a.m. That's the reason we take profits at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is such an important concept. So initially, the plan was bullish bias to long the pullbacks. 508 was our support, 519 was a resistance breakout. So ideally, it pulled back to the clouds, and when it made this hammer, that's where I told everybody we can long it, and it pushes over, we can long it. 530 was my target, and we did push to 527, right? We did push 527. I made some money as well on Meta long, nice profitable trade there. But again, when the market was tanking, okay, then I told everybody I don't like the 512 breaks, right? I don't like that 512 breaks, when it was breaking down. and we were good. We were going for 530, and it was clearing the sellers. And then when it broke 512s, that's when I exited. Right? That's when I exited. And then I personally didn't short it. A lot of traders shorted it, and I gave them the targets of 502. 512 is first short, then 3450 breaks another short, and then this level breaks 500 target. And I told if 500 breaks, I said met most targets, but if 500 breaks, we can fade more. And that's what happened. We faded another $7, my friends, after breaking 500 psychological level. So you can see that how we change our bias, and you have to be quick. I was in some 525 calls when it was breaking from 520. I made a little bit of money, but when it came back, I was losing money, so I cut it. And but there's still a move. You have to see that the stock is going up $11, and you should be able to make some money in that move. And if it's close to 10 a.m., and just like I tell everybody, right, 10 a.m. trend time, I don't have to repeat what you have to do, right? Even the traders on my followers on Twitter, they were executing the 10 a.m. concept, right? So you have to manage those, right? You have to manage those. These things will happen, but I don't let anybody under my guidance getting bagged or something in the long. Who cares if we lost here and it didn't work? You short it or you short something else. So many opportunities. So, anyways, Meta was long to short in the community today. Let's look at Microsoft. Same thing. We were long on Microsoft. We were long, nicely long. We were actually making money on the Microsoft. But then as the 10 a.m. hit, the market starts to tank. I told everybody Microsoft can also take a damage with the rest of the market, right? So that's what happened. Microsoft pulled back, breaks the cloud, all day fade. I personally didn't short Microsoft, but I'm very proud of the way we managed Microsoft long, because traders know these concepts, 10 a.m. concepts, and you have to watch VIX continuously. I told everybody, your longs, you have to watch VIX. And I already showed you how we were shorting the market. We can't short SPY, QQQ, and expect Microsoft to keep going up. It rarely happens, right? Especially when the market is so heavy, because Microsoft is a big part of S&P. It's actually one of the biggest with Apple. So market is Apple and Microsoft. Apple and Microsoft are the markets. So that was the Microsoft today. And similarly, it was Google. Google was actually losing trade. Same thing, right? 10 a.m. market tank, you get out. You just don't just stay on it, right? We don't hold our losers till here. When system cuts here, we are out. We don't even look back. That's fine. Your ideal entry, again, ideal entry, Google gave enough time, right? What was the level on Google? 173 area. Once Google cleared that, it pushed to 174s, and then it came back. 10 a.m. rule, right? So Google was a loser long, but we managed well. There was another loser which we got stuck in this sell-off. That was a CVNA. It was looking nicely, going nicely, and then it broke down and we took a loss. And it went sideways all day. But we made money on all the short side, all the winning trades I'm showing you, because losers are what? Just here, tiny. And the winners we talked about, ARM, AMD short, Qualcomm short, right? Even if you talk about NVDA short, all those were amazing. We can talk about NVIDIA, no big deal. Let's see. Let's look at what were levels on NVIDIA. Levels on NVIDIA were 115, 118, 34. So that means when NVIDIA is breaking 118, this area, there is no long in NVIDIA. Right here, there is, after this, there is no long in NVIDIA. Look how many clouds is breaking. It's breaking daily EMA clouds. How many times I have to teach you importance of daily EMAs? 50, 55. Then it's breaking 1 hour 50, 34, 50 clouds. So it's just a short, right? And it's short with the market. And pick anything. You don't have to short everything, right? I was short few things. I did good. I made huge money in ARM. You just have to pick what works best for you. You have to be like a sniper. And again, alerts are not going to work for you. You have to execute. And I make sure my community, the traders, are executing. They know which trade we are doing and how we're doing it. All right, let's go through a little fast to the rest of the plays. Let's look at SHAK. SHAK was, trade versus 100. I said trade versus 100. You can pause the screen and see. And basically, trade SHAK bounced from 100, went to 104, 105, right? And of course, market is weak. It has to come back. But you could see that how you could have traded in the morning versus the 100. Even if you traded after that amateur move, you could still scalp a couple of points there. Let's look at quickly at MRNA. So MRNA again was from our game plan. So MRNA game plan was again very simple: bearish bias, rejection ideal. So already a bearish bias in the pre-market, and the short on MRNA was, I didn't trade it, but I just want to show you guys the short was right here. This break 100. When 512 breaks, you short it, just like ARM. So that was MRNA. It's a 100 psychological level, very simple. So then we had other setups that we were trading today. There was LRCX, just like I told you guys. You could pick anything, market dependent, it was a short. Right, LRCX had an earning. I told everybody to trade versus 900. That means if it's a short, your risk is 900. It never even went to 900. It rejected the clouds right away and faded all day. Just it's a semiconductor. It has to fade with the whole market. So that was LRCX. There was a bunch of other trades in the community that were working. Race was I told everyone to gap fill short race, right? So our levels on race were simple. There was a 425, 433. We had a bullish bias, but market was weak. And once I saw that it breaks 425, there is no long. First of all, there is no long when it breaks 512, and that's it. And it's a short in the gap fill. Few of other plays which we didn't focus on, but a lot of traders in the community were all over the coin. I told everyone on the voice that coin is much better short than MSTR, and even MSTR kind of worked out nicely. If a lot of traders were shorting, were in the puts, because when market is heavy, Bitcoin is heavy, it's a short. I'm just going to show you the levels here. Coin 227s, MSTR 1600s, and once those levels are gone, you see 1600 goes away. What does it do? Right, 227, coin never could get over the 227, right? So, and it faded. I just want to show you that simple, and if you focus on coin MSTR, you do pretty good, right? You do pretty good, and MSTR is a little spready, but see, people were short, breaking down. Muhammad was short, a lot of traders were short in the community. All right, let's talk about a few of our low float winners today. I give this watch list every day. So low float winners, SPGC, we have been watching for a lot of days now. Every day it's on our watch list. 600,000 float, reverse split. They usually run these. It was a low volume play. The support was 4, resistance was 480 and 5. And today what happened was SPGC suddenly started to pick up volume. I saw that when it reclaimed the clouds, that's when I think our price alert started to hit, and then you see that the old price alert started to hit 5. When I saw that price alert hit, I took a long here, and then I was guiding my traders in the low float room that SPGC. I was you can see all the guidance. I told everybody I added versus 5s. I was ready to hold it a little bit because it's a low floater. Your risk stops needs to be a little wider. You have to watch my low float webinar, and with the patience, it just went almost $6, right? And it was a nice trade. We made even if you had, let's say, thousand shares, you made $1,000 or less than that. Ideally I would have risked this cloud area, but I was ready to hold it because it was little low volume play. It was not kind of A plus. Could have been A plus, but it was a low volume. There was another low floater which went in the morning was LUMN. That was on our game plan. LUMN, the breakout I gave everybody was 330, 340, and support was 270 and 3. And as soon as LUMN works out of that 340, boom, goes to 420. Right, and even LUMN price alerts hit in the morning. The breakout alert hit LUMN 343. That was a nice trade, right from the game plan. So we plan for these plays, right? Low floaters, we plan for these plays. So other ones we're going to look at is there was an RDHL, which was another penny play. Again, it was on my watch list. I gave everybody in the morning. Resistance is 58, support is 50. It means that your risk is at 50 cents or 46 cents, and you want to see the breakout of 58 cents. And right in the morning, it started to break out of that. And you see that it now really broke down for the risk levels, and it went from the 58.60 all the way to 79 cents. It's just like trading a stock from $55 to $80, right? It's that simple. Let's say you're risking $5 and you're trying to make $20. There's one risk to 4 reward trade. That was a nice trade as well in the community. All right, guys. Let's talk about wrapping up the market with let's look at after our trades. I'm just gonna show you the screenshots, easier for me rather than just going. All right, let's look at Amazon, right? So Amazon earnings came and it was all on my trading floor, and I told it broke once it's heavy, you know, you don't long it. I mean, you don't long it. There's no long until it breaks the 184. And Amazon after the earning popped, and that's where we hit it, and that's where we shorted it. Right, pop. You can see my entry here, right, 180, 150. That's what I was telling everybody in the trading floor, that you can short the pops on Amazon, right? I'm gonna find the LSC. Yeah, so I said still bearish, 184, short the bounce, and I got the entry on the bounce, and it was a nice fader. I got a nice little, $6 trade on that. That was really nice. And the next one was Intel. Okay, Intel. I keep teaching you guys that when a daily chart is bearish and when the earnings are bad, that can really fade, and it's on top of what Intel already faded in the morning. So that's, we had a swing, we traded this swing from $30 all the way to $37, and right before the market close I told no swing, no plan to hold, 30 was your stop. And then once the earning came up and we were short, right? So I told everybody short the pops. I hit a bunch of shorts on that. If you don't know how to trade after hours, you have to come in the community, watch my trading webinar of watch the trading webinar, which is Beyond the Bell, where I teach everything. Anyways, you can see my entries. I showed it 2650, then I showed it more at 25. I covered into 24s, and a lot few traders did the trade with me. Double confidence short, right? Just a simple. Why was I confident? Of course, the macro news cut the dividend and bad earnings, and the daily chart, guys. The daily chart is just so bearish, guys. Look at that. Everybody's back, right? And it's just stuck at this support. If this breaks tomorrow, guys, it's gonna fade much more. So Intel, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, that's it for tomorrow. By the way, we are doing webinar tomorrow. I will see if we have open slots. I will tweet out the link for others members to join, but the webinar will go into our community and the PowerPoint will also go into our community. So we're ready for tomorrow's webinar, Trade Spy QQQs SPX for living. All right, guys, thank you, take care, bye bye.